Gentlemen, today is Monday, January 10th, 2022. I would like to call to order the special board meeting of the Othello School District Board of Directors. We have a budget extension hearing tonight. We will begin tonight with the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to welcome everybody who's here in the boardroom joining us tonight as we have this special meeting. Those of you that are online as well, thank you for joining us as we conduct business tonight. Having said that, I'll turn it over to Superintendent Pete Perez to continue on.
Good evening to the board and to the community who's watching at home. Have an opportunity tonight to share with you a concept about adjusting the budget that was approved this summer. We have some needs related to our portables that were delayed due to COVID, and so Executive Director Amy Suarez has prepared a presentation to share with you the rationale and the impact of this adjustment.
Okay, good evening. So this budget extension is for our capital projects fund. This fund is used to record all major facility additions, remodeling, and major repairs. When the 21-22 original budget was approved in August, it did not include any expenditures for the purchase of the high school portables, as it was anticipated that the expenses would be paid for in school year 2021. However, due to the delayed manufacturing and delivery of the portables, some expenses will be paid during this school year. Therefore, a budget extension is needed to increase the budget capacity in order to move forward with the expenses that we plan for in this school year. So what is a budget extension? A budget extension is a tool that provides the ability to exceed the original amount approved and appropriated. This ability is governed by RCWs, WACs, and OSD Policy 6040. A budget extension must be adopted by the board and approved by ESD and OSPI prior to incurring any expenditures that exceed the original amount of appropriation. A budget extension requires a signed and approved board resolution. This resolution will be in our approvals in the regular board meeting this evening. Timelines, just like the regular budget, a budget extension needs to be advertised. We did this December 27th through January 9th. We are completing the budget presentation, budget hearing, and the official adoption today. Tomorrow, if it is approved, I will forward the information to the ESD and OSPI for approval. This slide shows what was originally approved in August, and the next slide shows what we are changing or what we are asking for in the extension. As you will see, there are three major changes. One is to the beginning fund balance. We are going from projected fund balance to actual fund balance. We are increasing our expenditures by the $552,000, which then changes the ending fund balance. So when we completed the original budget, we had to use a projected fund balance because we hadn't completed year end and we didn't know what our expenses would be or anything like that. So we use a projected. When we do a budget extension, we have to use actual fund balance because we know the actual number. So the actual number is $1,708,000. The reason that this increase in the next slide, we did a transfer from the general fund to capital projects in August, and then there was a decrease in expenses in 2021. So that caused the increase in fund balance. Also, the other major change is changing the planned expenditures from 812,400 to 1,364,400. The impact is, without a budget extension, we will not be able to move forward with the planned expenses that we had for this year. The major expense that we had for this year was to purchase the portables at Wajitas, Luticaga, and Hiawatha. That has been approved by the board, but has been placed on hold because it became apparent that we needed a budget extension. So as previously presented to the board, purchasing these portables will save the district approximately $55,000 in lease payments. So that they are waiting for their payment until this gets approved.
You said savings of approximately 55,000. Is that per year?
The leases go through the end of August of this coming year.
Okay. And then, so you had said 3 different campuses. Do you know how many portables we're talking about?
3 portables, or I think it's a double portable at each side.
Okay, a double,
I think
a
so.
single portable that has 2 classrooms in it. Okay, got it. Thank you.
So you guys-
So do we vote on this at this meeting?
Yeah, resolution.
The resolution will be signed at the next, at the.
Resolution will be in required approvals at the regular board meeting.
In the future, can I make a request, or maybe we should have a discussion as the board? I would prefer, I have no problem with this. We've already approved all of these things. It's just a timing issue. I understand that. But I would prefer, as a board member, that we have a proposal at one meeting, and then at the next meeting, not like same day, like the next regular meeting is when we approve it. I mean, all of this money already belongs to the district. It's not like it's coming from somewhere else. And so in this case, I really don't see this as a big deal, but I would rather have time. If there was someone from the community that wanted to make a comment, there's not enough time. I guess they could, if they were on top of it, prepared to make public comment one way or another at the regular meeting, but for myself as a board member, I would rather it be a following meeting. Any thoughts from other board members? I know that's how we do the regular approval of or that's how we've requested, I guess, the regular budget that we have like proposed at one meeting, and then at the next meeting is when we approve it, or a meeting or 2 later.
Like you alluded to, I think this is a timing thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why it is happening the way it's happening tonight. I was glad to hear that we went through the proper steps in the advertisement, things of that nature. And I think through that advertisement, if someone had any comment, they could have been here tonight had they could not.
Correct.
Yeah, that's the intention of providing the advertisement, but I completely understand Director Stevenson's comment, and I think it would be most appropriate to give the board time to consider it. You know, I think in all the factors in setting up this meeting, it's your schedules, timing of the year, that kind of thing, and that in this instance, it is not additional expenditures, it's just moving from one year to the next.
Right.
So I think we'll
Right.
learn from this process, but certainly take your feedback seriously and do everything we can to make sure if we're at this point again, that we give the board ample time, and perhaps it is from one meeting to the next before you're asked to make a determination.
Right.
That seems reasonable.
Do we have any blaring questions for Amy tonight?
No, none.
Okay.
Thank you for your thoroughness and
Yes.
for making sure that it's actually accurate and the correct steps. I do appreciate that.
And the
You're welcome.
101 is good to see.
Yeah.
We can learn from
Oh,
every time, we can learn
yes.
something new. Thank you
Oh,
very much.
yes,
You're
right.
welcome. Yeah, that was
There's so many whacks in RCWs and policies, yeah.
We appreciate you.
All right, well, having heard the information, we will adjourn this meeting.